Hello and welcome to another episode of 177 Nations of Tasmania. Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Names that evoke an exotic, faraway place on the Silk Road, and one that few Tasmanians would know anything about. So it may be a surprise to find that we have a couple of Uzbeks, actually the same family, living in Hobart, and I had the opportunity to talk to one of them, Adely. Now, Uzbekistan was formerly part of the Soviet Union, the most populous of four Central Asian republics to gain independence in the early 1990s. Although strongly influenced by Russia, Uzbeks are very proud of their own culture, and it's a place that's also renowned for its cuisine, about which you will hear more from Adely. Now, Adely arrived in Hobart shortly before the international border closures, and because of that, she was separated from her husband for 2 years. Originally, she came here to study, and in the meantime, she started a successful nail business, providing a different kind of treatment to what's normally offered in Tasmania. But to hear more about that, please listen on.
So my name is Adely Biketova, and I'm from Uzbekistan, Tashkent, and I came to Tasmania almost 3 years ago, exact before the COVID restrictions, and I was doing Diploma of Accounting, and now I'm doing Diploma of Management and Leadership in TASTAFE.
And what was the original reason that you came to Tasmania?
So my brother, he lives in Australia for 10 years almost, and he advised me to come here and to have a look what is the country, Australia, and maybe I can try myself to live here and to see something new.
Mm-hmm. And what did he tell you about Tasmania?
He told me that Tasmania is very similar to our country. Especially, we have very famous place near the Tashkent. It's one of the part of Sunshine Mountains. We call it Chimgan, and the nature is very similar.
Okay.
To that place. Yes, he told me that it's the most green, I think, place in Australia, and here I can find some incredible views, and I found them really because you know that even every morning when I wake up I can see a miracle because the sun rising, yes, and the sunsets, they're amazing. And I do not speak about the other places. So, and I found, for example, I fell in love with beaches and with the huge waves, and it's a really very incredible view.
Yeah, and I guess one thing people should probably know about Uzbekistan is it's a very landlocked country, isn't it? There's no coast.
No, we don't have coasts, and it's very unusual for me to have to see the sea every day. Yeah, not sea, ocean. Yes, and my country is situated in the middle of the Central Asia, and we have very hot summer, and not very, but quite chilly winter time. So we can have up to -12 or up to -15. Yes, and in the summertime we have 40 days of chilya. It's the most hottest day, yes, of the year, and the temperature can rise up to 55 degrees.
When you first arrived here, what were your sort of first impressions or first feelings?
You know that I didn't realize anything because it was my first experience to leave my country and to live somewhere else. And in this case, I realized that all people are very polite here, and everybody, even some strangers, can say hello and can smile you. So in my culture, it's hardly to find some strangers who can smile you without any reason. Yes. So, and it was very unusual for me. Moreover, I found here that it's very tasty food.
Okay.
Yes, it's an unusual tasty food, really, because you know that I had some burgers at my country, or for example in Russia when I have been there, but they are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't know why. Maybe because of the sauces, maybe because of the feelings, some special feelings. I don't know.
What were some of the things that you, maybe some of the challenges that you had to adapt to initially?
Unfortunately, I told before that I came here exactly before the coronavirus restrictions,
Yep.
and my husband, he stuck in my country because of the borders, and we didn't see each other for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was very challenging for me because you know that even I didn't want to stay here and I wanted to go back just because of my husband. Yes, but after 2 years, we met
Yeah.
and we came here together and we lived together here. And actually, you know that I love my country very well, very much, and I want to go there because you know that there are a lot of my friends and there are a lot of my family members and nears and dears, and I very feel homesickness, I think. Yes, and you know that the dishes which I get to used to eat, and you know that I have some controversial feelings. I mean that
Contradictory. Oh, okay.
sorry.
Yeah. Contradictory feelings, sort of mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, mixed feelings. I want to go, but I fell in love with Tasmania.
Oh, okay. So you're in it's a bit of a dilemma, I
Yes.
guess. Yeah. So how did you? I think a lot of people experience homesickness. How did you try to cope with that feeling?
Well, first of all, I'm so happy that I had my brother's family in Tasmania, and we lived together, and they didn't let me concentrate on this problem. I mean that they try to they try to show me some new places, and they provided me with some tasty food, and you know that I didn't concentrate on this problem. I mean, for the whole time.
But I was thinking in terms of your brother's family and so on, whether they kept up some of the traditions that they had from or from Uzbekistan.
Yes, of course. So my brother, he very good in preparation of plov. It's
Yeah. I had plov so much
Okay,
when I
yeah.
lived in Russia.
yes.
Maybe
And
explain what that is.
plov is a national food. Contains rice, carrot, meat, onion, garlic.
And is it usually lamb? The meat?
Yes, usually lamb. But you can prepare it with the beef. It's not a very big
Yeah.
problem. And it's very oily and very tasty. I like it. And it's, you know, that if you, for example, so in our tradition, so when people celebrate some very huge celebrations such as wedding or funerals, they provide this plov for everybody in the morning. Even in the 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. you can go.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can go with the invitation and you can eat this plov. And you know that it's very, very oily, how I said, yes. And if you try it in the morning, it will be enough for you for all day.
Yeah. It's very hearty. It's good comfort food in a way. And I remember seeing in the market the way they cook plov was in this huge, big dish.
Yes, in a huge big dish. We call it kazan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a round special dish which have been put on the open fire as well. Yes, and you have to fry the piece of meats with the onion. After you have to put it, some rices and everything, and yeah. And moreover, we have a special bread. We call it lipeshka. And the main secret of this preparation is the oven, which is made from the mud.
Okay.
Yes, you have to put this piece of this bread
Yep.
to the on the side of this oven. Yeah, and after when it is prepared, you have to just take it away. And that's it.
Okay.
But it's impossible to prepare here because we don't have mud oven. Of course, it's obvious.
Clay oven.
Yes, and
I know some people have built their own in the backyard.
Yes. But my brother, he just uses a normal oven. He
Okay.
just put this lipeshka on the metallic leaf, and it's almost the same. Yes, but not the same as in my country, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, and so we try to celebrate both celebrations in Australia, an Australian celebration and Uzbek celebration. So, for example, we have a Haid. It's a Muslim religion celebration, and he prepared the plov for Haid for this day. Yes, and for example, if we celebrate Independence Day, he prepared shashlik. Shashlik, it's like a barbecue, prepared barbecue meat on the special straw.
Skewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we use not barbecue like round barbecues. We use special square barbecues.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the fire is opened on the open fire. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think people here would know it's similar to what we would call shish kebab. People are probably familiar with here.
And we, that it's very popular in my country. The American dish, it's hot dog.
Okay.
Yes, and we prepared our Uzbek hot dog.
Oh, really?
Yes, we just take the lipeshka, put inside the shashlik and onion, and we just put it in it twice.
Okay.
And this is Uzbek hot dog.
Okay. So your brother's able to cook those kind of dishes here.
He tries, yes. He tries to show to his daughters that we have our own traditions and our own cuisine, and they know this cuisine and they like it very much. Especially, of course, they like fish and chips as well.
Yeah.
Well, that I have never found Uzbek people in Tasmania.
Yeah.
So we have a very huge community in Adelaide and in Brisbane and probably in Sydney, I don't know. But here I have never met before Uzbek people, except my brother's family.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's very difficult to gather together. So, and we try to celebrate all Uzbek national celebrations together inside of my family. I mean.
But what would be in Uzbekistan? What would be the biggest things that you would celebrate normally?
It's Navruz.
Okay, like in Iran, yeah.
Yes, we celebrated in 21st of March.
Yep.
It's like the beginning of the spring. That nature starts wake up after a winter time, and there are a lot of flowers on the apricot trees. And on cherry trees, yes. And so we have a holiday on this day, and people try to go outside and spend a lot of time outside because basically the weather is very good after these days. Yeah. So, and before 21st of March, we do not have very warm days.
Yeah.
So and especially on this day, we have very, very good weather. I don't know why. It just happens, and that's it. So I remembered I want to add regarding to Navruz. Can I?
Yep, please.
So it's a very important thing. I don't know why I forgot about it. But on the eve, in the eve of the Navruz, women, they gathered together near the very, very big kazan, and they prepared special dish, sumalak. And this is, it's made from wheat. And they have to boil this wheat for 24 hours. I think.
Okay.
Yes, and they spend all day and all night together with the dancing, with the songs, with everything. And they put inside of this kazan small stones. And this is for luck. And after, when the dish is prepared, you have to give these like portions to all of your family members, to all of your friends, to all of your neighbors, to everybody. Try to give it for everybody, yes. And if somebody find a small piece of stone inside of their portion, his or she's portion, so it will be for good luck.
Okay.
You know that it's not completely liquid as a water. It's something between sour cream, between jam and sour cream, something in the middle.
Oh, okay. So a bit like okay. Got you. Like a kind of paste type thing.
It's kind of paste, yes, maybe. And especially they put into the special mugs. Not mugs, but paper glasses. Some
Paper cups.
paper cups, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't like it. I don't like, but my husband, he loves this sumalak, and my mom, she loves sumalak, but I don't like it. So I'm from capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent city, and we are Oriental country. But not completely, because we have Oriental customs and we have some European customs as well. So, and I was growing with a lot of friends and we spent a lot of time outside. So, you know that the modern children, they try to spend their time with gadgets, but it's not for my childhood for sure. And I spent a lot of time outside, and my mom, she told me every time that all girls, they have to finish music classes.
Okay.
Yes. And I finished musical school, and after I went to the musical college. Yes, and after I didn't want to continue this kind of education, and I have chosen, and I got the bachelor degree in Arabian language, and literature. So, and I cannot say that I had the completely different upbringing, as for example, people get upbringing here, and I cannot find the very, very huge differences between my friends who live in Australia or who was born in Australia. You know that the differences between only because we saw the different movies, we saw different, we heard different songs.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. And did you grow up in the independent Uzbekistan?
I was born in Soviet Union period. Yes, I was born in 1988. But I do not remember this time, of course. And I was growing in independent time, and I remember for all of my time, all of my life, I remember how we celebrate Navruz, Independence Day, because it's a very, very huge celebration as well, and it's every 1st of September, and it's quite warm outside, and we can spend a lot of time on the air. Yes, and I remember how we celebrate the day of our Constitution. Yes,
yeah.
and at 9 of December, And I remember how, for example, in my school, we draw the flag, national signs, and we are very proud of our country, really, because you know that our people are very polite and very hospitable, and the dish is very tasty, and the fruits and vegetables are very tasty as well. And I think that you cannot find anywhere but in my country such kind of fruits and vegetables. They are very fresh and very tasty. Especially I found them in Tasmania. You know that, yes. And I love my country very much, and I'm waiting for my holidays when I can go there.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you about the music education
Yeah.
as again. Well, what kind of music did you study? Did you do?
So I finished musical school with the piano classes, and after I went to the musical college, I finished singing. Yes.
All right.
And after I decided that it's not enough for me, I do not want to continue music classes, and I wanted to get some other education, because you know that I try to find myself in every area. And yes, and by the way, regards to my education, I found the rock band where I played on the keyboards. Yes, more than for 5 years.
Okay.
And we were very famous among the people from among the Uzbek people. Yeah.
Okay.
Who found of rock music, of course.
Yeah. I'll say so. You're a rock keyboardist.
Yes.
But what made you decide to change?
Actually, I don't know. I just try to find myself, because you know that I think that I thought that I can find something more interesting for me.
Okay.
Yes, and after when I graduated university, I started to work as an accounting. So I was not head of accountant, of course. I was like I was on a junior position, but it was very interesting for me to work with the numbers, with the paper. Yes, and I spent 10 years there.
Okay.
And after I decided I need to get the education in this field, and that's why I came here and got my diploma of accounting.
And how was it to study for you to then study in a foreign country like here?
Oh yeah, it was and it is very difficult because you have to express all your thoughts in English. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's very difficult to explain in Russian language, but in English it's very difficult for me. And when I came here, I spent more than 5 years to learn English, and I thought that I know English very well, and I thought that when I came here, I would understand everybody. But when I came, I didn't understand anybody.
So you studied accounting here, but in between you said you'd studied Arabic language and literature.
Yes, I got the bachelor degree, and I was studying during the period from 2006 and 2010. It was like I went there exactly after college time, because you know that it's I think it's a very common thing that when you finish the school or college, you have to go to the university. It's very common, yes.
Yep.
So in this case, I went, and I finished, and I understand that it's not mine. I don't want to be I don't want to be a teacher or something like this. And I went to the construction company to work in accounting department. It was like financial department, and I was a junior. I had a junior position. I helped to accountant to. But when I came here and I had a diploma of accounting, I had a certificate 3 and 4 in bookkeeping, and after diploma of accounting, and I understand that I did everything what they explained me there, but I did it like because my accountant, she told me to do this, and I didn't, and I did it without any thoughts. I just did, and that's it. And now here, the teachers explained me why I have to do it and how. Yeah, it's very interesting. I remember this very funny situation. Our teacher explained us the taxation, and he told us that some things we do not put under the taxation law, so we can buy it without any taxes. And he told us some kind of things, and he told us the word spot. And I tried to find this word in the dictionary, and it was special tool for digging. And I thought, it's very strange. Why it's not under taxation? It's not like a vital thing. It's just a tool. And I asked Mr. Andrew, can you tell me please why the spot is under the it's like exception of the yes. And he told me like, oh, because it's a product, because we can eat it. And I thought, oh my God, what's going on? And I thought, how we can eat spot? And he told me, oh no, this is potato. And I thought, okay, very interesting. Yeah.
And I understand you've been doing some work here as well?
Well, yes, I'm nail technician in a salon. So I ran the corner in the salon of the center of Hobart. Yes, and I'm quite popular. Yeah, because I have a lot of clients and I'm very busy every day. Moreover, I do some bookkeeping for local company.
Okay. So how did you get the job doing the nails? How did that come about?
Well, you know that I finished nail courses in 2018 just for fun.
Okay.
Just because I liked it and I like to watch the some videos related to nails, some photos, and I like everything with the nails. So when I came here, I realized that unfortunately I couldn't find here very, very good nail technician because I don't know why. They do not do manicure as I get used to have.
Okay.
You know, and I thought maybe I can try myself and maybe I can be popular. And when I tried, yes, my first clients, they were Russian-speaking ladies.
Okay.
And they told me like, thanks God, now we can do Russian manicure, right?
Yeah.
So such kind of, yes. And now I'm so happy that people, even English-speaking people, they see the difference between my nails and others. Yes, and they come to me every 4 weeks, I think, and they are very happy.
Yeah.
So, and you know that I realized that it's so nice to see that people are happy with some tiny things with the nails. It's not very huge something, right?
Yeah.
But it makes me to provide some tiny part of happiness, yes, to people. It's nice.
So what's different about the way you do the manicure compared to what?
Well, I prepare the nail and I prepare the cuticle zone in a different way, and I cut it in a different way. And here, people, I don't know why they do not prefer to cut the cuticle zone, but it's very vital because it makes your nails, I think, more neat, more accurate. It looks, yes, it looks neat. And I apply the color very, very close to cuticle, and it's very difficult to find the border between the nail and between the application, and it helps me to keep the nails for 2 weeks longer. So because they start to grow and you cannot, it's not the visible border. You cannot find this visible border between your natural nail and artificial. Moreover, I spend more time for manicure treatment. I spent approximately 2 hours. in shopping malls, people do not spend a lot of time. They just do manicure for 30 minutes. But you know that it's a different, I think, field, because some people do not have enough time.
Yeah.
So, and in this case, maybe it's okay, and that's why it's very popular here. Maybe just because of the time. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be right, but it sounds like you've sort of found a bit of a niche market.
You know that one girl, she told me like the people from, it was very, it was like a pleasure, because she told me like the girls from shop malls, they are like a fast food, and you are like a restaurant. And I thought, okay, thank you.
But what might be an example of a custom here that people from Uzbekistan might find surprising or strange?
So that people can start to talk to you on the street without any reason, even they do not know you, for example. It's okay. It doesn't mean that somebody wants to steal something or they just want to communicate. And it's okay that the neighbors will spend some time with you. I mean, that they can speak, they can ask you anything. And you know that everybody do not rush. Everybody doesn't rush.
Yeah.
And for example, if you stay in the queue in the grocery shop, at the first time I was nervous because it's too long, and cashier can speak to the customer with some different themes, that how are you going, what do you want, oh, you know that something happened with me yesterday or something, and are you is it okay, we're staying here and we're waiting for you, but it's not, but nobody says like, please could you please be faster or something. No, it's okay, and everybody is waiting for the people. Very good thing to be too much polite. Of course, you should be polite, but not too much. For example, it's very interesting. When I went to the grocery shop with my brother, we went to the cashier, and the girl asked him, how do you want to pay, by card or cash? And he told her, card, please. And I told him, why do you say please? You pay money. She has to say you please. Why you? He told me like, because it's a tradition, you have to say every time please. And I said, okay. And now I use this word every time because it's like automatically, I do not think about it. And my husband now asks me, why do you say please? You pay the money. And you know that my teacher in TASTAVE, he tells me every time that I'm too direct, and you know that they put the marks like in front of my assessment, for example. She's too direct.
But it's not always a bad thing either. Sometimes it...
Yes, and you know that due to my directness, yes, I cannot understand people what do they mean. For example, I tried to sell the small shelf, and one girl, she sent me a message like, I want to buy this shelf, and I told her the price, and I told the height and the depth and everything, the measurements, and she told me no worries, and that's it. And I thought, what does it mean? What does it mean, no worries? Is it mean that, okay, I'm fine and I will buy it, or it means no, I don't want to buy it?
Actually, that's fair, because I wouldn't understand what that meant either. It's not clear at all.
Yes, and I went to my brother and asked, what does it mean? And he told me, she will not buy your shelf, and that's it.